Welcome back to Fat Butcher Rips. Gonna do something a little bit different today. I want to walk through a PSA submission I'm getting ready to send in for a holiday deal that they have going through the end of the year. Looking forward to getting a couple bucks off of grading, and of course, because it's just incrementally cheaper, I'm going to send some questionable stuff. But wanted to take note that change in the background a little bit. Had a nice, even beyond this cup that I got for Christmas, got a few signed pucks from the Glory Days Blackhawks, Duncan Keith, Brent Seabrook, and Marian Hossa. I'll be working on Taves and Kane in short order. Got a nice little mini goalie helmet here as well. Really like the goalie helmets, so big fan. So with that, let's check out what I plan to send to PSA. All right, first on the block, a couple of things that you're not going to see a whole lot of on the channel. The videos might have a few of these now and again, but some baseball, starting with a 2018 Upper Deck Gaudi of Max Scherzer. So the handful of baseball, I forgot I had a light to turn on. The handful of baseball that you're going to see here are just things I've had laying around for a while and thought they were good enough to grade, but just never got around to it. So one thing, and hopefully you'll see it on the screen here, is the pop counts on the baseball is considerably higher. Not shocking, but it is massively higher pop counts. So there's certainly not a lot of scarcity to some of these cards that I'm getting ready to send. So the Scherzer is a rookie. I like Scherzer. He's been a good pitcher. Next is going to be the Shohei Ohtani Topps Holiday rookie card from 2018. Basic card, not like metallic snowflakes or whatever else they had going on. I don't think they had like the short prints with candy canes and holiday lights and stuff they do nowadays. But I enjoy it. It's in good enough shape and worth taking a shot. And then I live just outside of Atlanta, so this is always even though he got hurt this year, always a good idea if you can grade a Ronald Acuna Jr. rookie, another Topps Holiday base card. It's not going to break the bank one way or the other, but worth taking a shot at since it's just laying around here. And last but not least, on the baseball side, is a Ohtani 2018 Update RC, again, base card. I think there's probably, I'm sure I'm going to try and get up on the screen. There's like 15,000 or some odd. Like it's a wild number. People talk about Connor Bedard's Young Guns getting graded a ton, which it has relatively, but it's nowhere near what just this basic Topps rookie of Ohtani. Certainly not his best card by any stretch, and it's still graded a ton. Next is a couple of flyers, and I'm not Philadelphia Flyers, but I'm going to take a couple of flyers on some young guys here. So first up is some guys from the CHL product I opened recently. Again, these are base cards. Porter Mortone, good young prospect. Nobody's grading these, so why not take a shot? And if it's the only one out there, go for it. Easton Cowan, another young guy. I think he's in the Leafs organization. I'm not up on my prospects like I ought to be, but certainly know he's got a lot of talent. He's got upside. Again, it looks relatively clean. Who can say for sure? I'm getting too old for my eyes to really know if these are pristine or not, but I'm thinking they look pretty decent. And finally, the Matthew Schaefer. Schaefer is probably going to be a top 5 pick. Again, maybe one or two of these have been graded. I can't remember if he had one or not. Of these three guys, I think one card had been graded total. So not a lot of downside to getting one of these graded. I don't think it's going to create like a massive value, but certainly an opportunity where just that base card on its own, you're going to have a hard time doing much with it. And last from the CHL is Gavin McKenna. Everybody, I think, is pretty familiar in the hockey world with McKenna. He's been on his way for a little while. I think he's pretty snugly in the top couple for 2026, if not outright number one. Bedard's cousin, with more size than Bedard, which is helpful. So, this Future Charge insert looked really nice coming out. Give it a shot. That one I think has been graded a handful of times, but again, it's scarce enough or low enough pop on the PSA pop report that it's worth trying. This one probably doesn't make a ton of sense, but I thought it looked really clean. I don't think a ton of SP retail is getting opened from what I can tell. I don't see a lot about it. I don't hear any chatter about it. The pop reports is basically empty. So, taking a shot on a Bedard rookie who I still have a lot of faith in, even though he's struggling. He's looked better with his new coach. I think it's worth a try. For those who've been watching my videos, I've only been doing it for a little while, but I did a 23-24 extended case break. And I've actually already sent off a good number of those cards. They should be coming back soon. I'll try to do a video and see how we did there. But I found a couple more that were just kind of sitting in the box that actually looked really clean that I figured, let's give it a shot. This is another where if it grades poorly, yeah, I'm probably out the grading cost and I'm not going to recoup that at all. But if it grades a 10, I'll make a couple bucks on something that otherwise would have been sitting in a box, dollar box for who knows how long. So I've got the Logan Cooley Dazzlers, and I think Cooley's got a bright future. And then got Matthew Nyes, who I also think has a bright future. I think he's looked really good for the Leafs this year, so why not give it a shot? They both looked really clean. I don't think there's been a ton of either of those guys graded out of the Dazzlers, and I happen to like the Dazzlers. So worst case scenario, I get a card in a PSA slab that I really like, whether I sell it or not. So worth a shot. I have a couple of 24-25 Series 1 that I've pulled for some of my recent retail openings. First is my guy, Frank Nazar. If you saw the opening of the cup, you also saw that I had some Series 1 retail that went along with it, and Nazar came out of that, and it looks really clean. As of this video, he's got 1 point in 8 games. Not really lighting the league on fire, but I think there's flashes of potential. I think at some point, if it sorts itself out that they can get him on a line with Bedard and they can click, there's a ton of upside there. I like his talent. I like the Blackhawks. It's certainly worth taking a shot at a PSA 10. Lane Hudson, certainly the kind of gold standard of the rookie class for Series 1. Had this come out of, not the most recent one. The most recent one, it was borderline. I probably could have sent it, but I wasn't 100% sure. This one came out of a retail opening that I did earlier in one of my videos, and I thought it looked really clean from the jump. And I've had it in one of these little semi-rigids since it was open, because I had every intention of sending it off once I had a few more things to send along with it. So the Hudson goes to PSA along with Logan Stankoven, who has struggled. Like, let's be real here. He's struggled lately. He got off to a really good start and it's slowed down. Frankly, all of the Dallas Stars offense has slowed down. They got healthy last night against the Hawks, put up 5 goals. Lucky Hawks. Lucky me watching that. I think Stankoven had a point, so maybe he'll get rolling. If he gets rolling and Jason Robertson and Jamie Benn, all these guys start to pick up speed again, it could be worth a shot. Worst case, I get a good grade on a pretty decent young player. I can't be mad at that. Next, from the recent OPG Platinum opening I did, is the Mason Lohrei Cosmic. This is a beautiful card. I really love this card. Not sure what the value is going to be. I don't think there's really any kind of comp on it. I don't think other Cosmics are really around. And honestly, I'm not really concerned either way. Lohrei looks to be a pretty decent player. I don't know that I'm going to be getting rid of this one all that soon, but I would love to have it in a slab. So off to PSA it goes. And then the Zach Benson. The Sabres have actually won a couple of games since the holiday break. Who knows? Maybe they're going to turn a corner. I won't hold my breath, but Benson's a really intriguing young guy. He hasn't really put it all together, but who has on Buffalo. So, I can't hold him too much accountable for the challenges that they've had. I think it's a group effort, but I love these blue pulsars. This was also pulled out of the box, and I think the blue pulsars are just really cool looking cards. So again, it looked pretty clean on top of being just cool, and it's a solid young player. So worth taking a shot and seeing what we can do there. This is an Allure Yellow Taxi. I got one blaster of Allure at some point. This has just been sitting probably for 2 months now. And Carlson is a good young player. The card looked in good shape. Allure stuff seems to grade well, so I figured let's toss it in. We got to fill out our order one way or another. And similar to the Dazzlers earlier, if I'm going to be supporting Matthew Nyes, and I think he's got upside, why not do the red rainbow as well? Again, similar to some of my Dazzlers, if these don't grade well, it's definitely a loss. There's no like, hey, if you get a 9, you get your money back. You don't, but that's okay. You got to take a shot at it sometimes. They both look really clean. Allure seems to be on a card stock that kind of grades well. The corners hold up, the edges hold up, so worth giving it a shot. So the last 3 cards are from a box that I opened recently, a retail box of 1920 Upper Deck Series 1. I've got a video for it. I haven't posted it yet. It's not the most exciting. When you see that video eventually land on the channel, it'll be because I didn't have another video ready to go yet. So fair warning, if you see it pop up, my feelings won't be hurt if you don't spend a lot of time with it. But I did get actually 2 cards that are personal favorites of mine. Not this one. This is probably the most commercially viable. It's the Adam Fox Canvas Young Gun. It looks to be in really nice, clean condition. I do like the imagery, which I tend to do on the canvases. Love him throwing up a little spray, so worth giving it a shot here. The 2 that are kind of really don't deserve to be graded, but I'm doing it because it's me. Ilya Mikheyev, who had looked pretty decent with the Hawks here recently until the last couple of games. He's gone a little quiet, but he had an ACL. He's finally back. He looks healthy. He's skating fast. He's finishing on a line with Teuvo Teravainen. Do I think it, even in a PSA 10, that it's worth grading? Probably not, but sometimes you send some stuff off just because they're cool to you, not necessarily because you think you're going to burn up the marketplace. This definitely qualifies for that. The last one more than qualifies. Frankly, probably the favorite card I'm going to send in this order, which is the Patrick Kane UD Portraits. That has a wild expression on his face in both images. I love the confused, befuddled look that he's giving the camera. I'm here for it all day. This is a personal favorite for sure. On top of that, it came out pretty crisp and clean from the pack, which is just an added bonus. I went and looked, and I'm sure it's been on the screen. I was shocked some other person graded this. I'm not the first crazy person to grade a 1920 Series 1 UD Portraits Patrick Kane. And hopefully I'm not the last, because the world is missing out. This is an amazing card. So yeah, that is it. That's 21 cards that are going to be going out shortly to PSA. I have a mixed record on my PSA submissions historically. The Austin Matthews that just came back, if you haven't seen the 16-17 video that I recently put out, I got a great result there. It's a mixed bag other than that. So I'm really curious to see the cards that should be coming back shortly from the extended case break, what they turn out to be. I've got another order from a holiday special in October that's sitting there with a lot of Series 1. I'm actually on the fence if I use the holiday code for this because it tends to take a lot longer. The ones that I'm getting back from extended were supposed to come back in mid-February, and they're due to come back later this week. So they're ahead of the curve on regular bulk orders. The special orders get sent, put in another bucket or something over there, and they take a long time. So either way, I will give everybody the update on what the results are. I'm not going to hold my breath for a whole pile of PSA 10s, but we will hope for the best. So if you get the opportunity, please comment, like, subscribe. Would love to have you join more of my videos, and hopefully we'll be doing a little bit more of the actual ripping here in the very near future. So hope everyone has a great day, and catch you next time.